Well, it's been a while, mostly because, yeah, my day job has been a little crazy. Life has been a little crazy. I was also sick for a month. Yeah, I had like some kind of respiratory infection, which is fun. Just when you think all the COVID and flu and just everything that's out there disease wise is done. No, it's still around. But today I wanted to talk about just a little bit of brain dumping about things that have been going on and yeah, some sketchbooks as well as some fun little gifts that I got. So my friend gave me this pen, which I've been using to draw. It's just like a ball, yeah. Well, I don't know if you can see, but it's just kind of like a ballpoint pen. And yeah, she just said it's a really fun way to, boop away any bad juju you might have. So there you go. I also made a first attempt at stickers, which I watch a lot of YouTube videos to just see like how to do it. And this is my first attempt. I think it's okay, but I'm not really happy with the level of contrast with the colors, and I think I could have done a better job, but it's all right for a first batch. So yeah, I'm giving those out anywhere. And then this is not really a sketchbook, but I did want to, so this is the Midori, I think this is a B5 size, right? I started this in May and I still have, oh, it's A6, sorry, yeah. But it's really fun, but I found that the paper is way too thin in these. I actually did a sketchbook tour with one of these kind of notebooks, but it's just way too thin and you have to skip pages. Anything you draw, you can see even in writing, it's like, shows through on the other side. So I only use these for notes and like journaling or work related things. So yeah, but it's really fun because you can draw on the cover. So yeah, this is not my character, but I'm a huge fan of the Persona series. So this is Joker and Morgana in his cat form. And yeah, this is in the Persona form. So great series. These are still really fun. I'm still going to buy them, but just for a different purpose. So yeah, today I finished this sketchbook. This is, as usual, I don't really have very beautiful curated sketchbooks. I usually just kind of draw on the go, and I just draw random things or things that I'm trying to study. So every once in a while I take some Proco or NMA classes, or I just do some sketching on the go. Normally while I'm in transit or waiting for transit, because despite all of the money that we have in the Bay Area, our infrastructure is pretty poor. So especially if you're used to living in like Europe or other countries, or even like Seoul, which is my home city, everything is like very punctual, relatively clean and on time, but that's definitely not here. So anyway, these are some local succulent stickers that I thought were really cute. And this is a sticker of the Bay Area, in particular of San Francisco. I think when people hear about the Bay Area, they think it's like one small area, but it's actually massive. There's San Francisco, there's the South Bay, right, which is Silicon Valley and beyond, and Central Valley. I mean, it's just huge. So yeah, East Bay, which is Oakland. Right, so I like the sticker because it does a good job of showing that. I have some stickers on the back also. This one, yeah, this is from an artist challenge, which I'll link. I really enjoy just Carp's channel, and she did this big collaborative Alice in Wonderland challenge with a bunch of other artists. And that series is really fun to watch, but I bought some of their early sticker releases and more San Francisco stuff and some stickers from Japantown. Yeah, so this will be a pretty, I think, short review, just because I have, I think this is a pretty scuffed sketchbook. Like, I have definitely a lot of kind of more work in progress sketches. So yeah, you get to see the real deal. This is a Moleskine, and I started this in April, and I ended this just recently, a couple days ago. So I always like to start with a more inspirational quote. And Charlotte Bronte, the Bronte sisters are, I really like their writing. For example, they did like Wuthering Heights and several others. And anyway, she says, I'm no bird, and no net ensnares me. I'm a free human being with an independent will. I think especially when you're working in tech or something really intense, it feels, actually, this is true of any job, I think. Anytime you're in the grind, you just feel a bit trapped. But that's why we have art. It helps us be free. Pretty bad sketch. I was in I'm still in actually like a sea creature phase, but I was doing some practice sketches for the lionfish. This is an inked lionfish. And I think here I went back to trying to study like basic shapes and contours, because sometimes especially when I'm just doing ink, I don't always crosshatch or shade with the plane, and this is a good way to remember where that is. So I did watch like a little anime class on this as well, just to revisit some of the fundamentals, which I think is always good, especially for those of us that didn't formally study art. So yeah. This was a great concert. I went to see Yu Wang perform in the SF Symphony. Some color combinations, which I haven't really spent a lot of time working on color theory and things like that, but pretty hideous drawing. I think in the beginning, because I do a lot of my art while I'm waiting for public transit or on public transit, I see a lot of homelessness and just like really sad scenes. And yeah, so I guess this one, it looks like I was at the train station when I doodled this, and this is a great quote by Leo Tolstoy. We imagine that their sufferings are one thing and our life another. I think it's really easy to write off kind of like, well, it's not my problem, or, we don't see it every day. I mean, I do because I take public transit, but sometimes you don't see it every day. And actually, if you're really interested in the topic, I read a great book called Poverty by America by Matthew Desmond. And I really like how he describes the book, which is, it's not just about the poor, it's about how some lives are made small so that others may grow. Yeah. So I think this was somebody at the station. A lot of them are really addicted to fentanyl. We have a pretty bad drug crisis, so it's sad to see. This is definitely in public transit as well. And I was rereading some of Franz Kafka's work on the train. He says, I'm a cage in search of a bird. And yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was definitely in the public transit mood, huh? So here, just commentary on all of the fentanyl usage. I mean, I think there's like a new drug on the street now. I was reading in the local news that it's even worse than fentanyl. It's just as addictive, but it causes, what is that called in English? I think gout, the one where like you have to, it reduces blood flow essentially, and it results in the need for amputation. It's really sad. This is another sketch at the train station. And yeah, I think there's something interesting about not actually drawing the eyes. Oh, some work-related stuff, some math, in case you're interested, mixture of experts models, and another public transportation doodle. And some really bad random train drawings. It can be really hard to draw on the train, to be honest. It's not very stable or clean. Yeah. I always think that this is a little blurb about Yu Wang from the concert I went to, and I always think it's funny that one of the only corporate sponsors for the SF Symphony is Chevron. I think that's a bit ironic. And not like, you don't see any tech companies. Actually, there are individual donors from tech companies, but the corporate sponsor is always Chevron. I don't know. And some really ugly drawings that I'm not even going to bother showing. And this is another concert I went to, Yevgeny Kissin. He is absolutely wonderful. I've followed him since I was young. And yeah, he does a wonderful rendition of Chopin. Some random ferry building sketches. My friend had Embarcadero. And a little about the artist of Yevgeny Kissin. He was a prodigy. I mean, he debuted at, age 10. Just insane. He's still wonderful to see. So if you live anywhere where he's doing a concert, I highly recommend. And yes, a lot of times I use my sketchbooks, as I said, for like notes. I used to have one sketchbook or notebook for like every separate thing, but then I kept finding excuses like, well, I won't do art because I don't have my art sketchbook. So don't do like I did. So studying structure and perspective, some random notes. Oh yeah, this is also when I finished Stefan Zweig's Game of Chess and World of Yesterday. I was on this theme of not showing eyes. I really should work on improving my line work. It's rather wobbly a lot of times. I guess also because I'm often on the train, but yeah. Oh yeah, this is when I finished a game of chess. Some timed figure poses. This is a great exercise if you are just on the go. You don't really have time to like sit and draw for a long time. So I like to do different figure poses that are more interesting because I feel like I always do like a lot of similar things like portraits, 10-minute sketch, 5-minute action pose. I'm also like trying to improve some anatomy, although lately I've been drawing like sea creatures, so I don't know. 10-minute sketch here. I think this is actually a 15-minute sketch from life, but I think this girl was cosplaying or looking like a very famous, I don't know, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't even own a TV. But I think this is actually a famous character. But the girl that I saw looked really cool and looked just like her. Anyway, probably going to some kind of party. This one is some fan art I did because I kind of like was feeling a little uninspired, things to draw. But one of my favorite series is Final Fantasy VI, so not my character, reference from a Final Fantasy VI photo of Celis. She's a general. And cafe sketch at Phil's Coffee, 10 minutes. I'm often stuck there because I'm waiting for the train. A really terrible sketch of another character that I really liked, and a bad reference. This is something I think I found on Pinterest and I was drawing while I was in transit. So yeah. Let's see, some random couple-minute orange sketches. This is Luca from Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Chrono Trigger. Another one of my classic favorites. It's with a brush pen, and I was just doing really quickly. Reference from the game. Some more random figure studies. Girl pulling off a mask. I always think about like a literal interpretation because I feel like it's really hard to be authentic or yourself at work. And so in a way, I think we all have these masks that we just kind of like take off at the end of the day. As soon as we're on, we're on. Some more really bad quick sketches. This was fun. So I used to live, since the last time I posted a video, I've moved also to SF proper, but I used to live by a Rodin sculpture garden, which is in Stanford. I mean, yeah, they have a lot of wealthy graduates, as you might imagine. But they have this beautiful sculpture garden, and for a while I was trying to learn how to draw some of the sculptures there. So this is Orpheus, and a little quick anatomy sketch of Adam. Really bad drawing on the train. Oh, actually, no, I was on the plane. That's even. Figure notes. Oh yeah, so I went back to the sculpture garden and started to do some studies, trying to, again, improve some of my shading and planes. So yeah, this is Adam. It's Adam, but it's actually the Rodin, the Gates of Hell. And Adam is on the left and Eve is on the right. But yeah, and then this is Adam. I finally finished a sketch of this at the sculpture garden. one of my favorite quotes from Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. There's a lot of good quotes, but he says, "There's no greater sorrow than to recall happiness in times of misery." I don't know if that's true, but and yeah, Orpheus. This is also from the sculpture garden. This is a more finished. I had some more time to stand outside than the earlier sketch. A really bad master study of Michelangelo La Pietà. Some more timed quick sketches, 10 minutes, probably also in transit. Also just random. Oh, this was great. I finished a couple other books, Know My Name and The Color of Law, which is really interesting. It talks about how zoning was used in the Bay Area to prevent certain minorities from owning property and how this impacts modern day housing. Some more figure studies from NMA figure references. And there's a random quick portrait with colored pencil. More studies. Really, I like this postcard. This is a great cafe, but I just like that they had this postcard. I'm probably hiding a terrible drawing underneath. Quick sketch standing outside. And lately I've been reading some Aristotle. And you'll never do anything in this world without courage. And I feel that's true. It's omakase menu from my friend's 30th birthday. Oh, this was like a fun little idea that having gone through a little bit of a art drought and also just not having much time, I was watching Jess's channel, which I'll link in the description. I was watching her channel and she did something about just picking up a book and finding things within it to create a spread. And so I have this book that I was gifted from a friend because last year was the year of the rabbit. I just picked random pages and drew some of the things that were there. So this book has only rabbit figurines throughout Chinese history. I like this rabbit. He's so scared. It's a bronze rabbit from northern and southern dynasties. It's really, really old. And, this was really cool looking rabbit. It didn't fit on the last spread, but I kind of liked it, so I did a quick sketch. Oh yeah, the book is called Calendar of the Forbidden City. This is from the Ming Dynasty, and it's just a really cool, scholarly rendition of a rabbit. And some more art notes. I think this is from a sketching class online at NMA, and trying to get into a habit of, when I study things, doing a sequence of gesture, shape, and structure. So, this is an octopus looking at and trying to look at the different shapes involved in it. Go rest. Some more, just trying to build this habit a little bit better especially when I'm on the go. And some marine animals. This is the slightly more rendered fish, but then turning it into a 3D object. And then once you have a good understanding of this, then you can draw it in different poses or shapes, perspectives, more understanding of so this is a sea turtle, but then these animals have different kinds of eyes, convex versus concave. This is also, I'll link NMA. Oh yeah, and one of the things I liked learning about in this sketchbook was in one of the NMA classes, they talk about page layout. And sort of the idea that pages also have gestures. And so try to make it not so boring by having a different layout for the studies, right? So if you're studying a shark, then you have 2D breakdowns and then the 3D and then your slightly more rendered version, right? But laying it out in a way that is visually interesting, right? And oh, this is, if you're in Utah, this is a really nice whiskey, bourbon. Yeah, here's a little octopus study again, but a different rendition, and kind of looking at different components of the suction cups. Octopuses are really cool animals, very complicated. Yeah, some really bad seahorse studies. And a little fishy that looks kind of funny. I liked him. He looked like he was smiling. Yeah, this is also a reference from anime. I usually try to make some note on the page. And yeah, the last thing is this really nice little coffee from my local place and it's equally sourced. Yeah. But I really like the postcard that they had about it. And then some fun things. Yeah, I'll link this. Oh yeah. Some fun things from this trip. This is the collaboration I was talking about, and you get a nice little postcard when you buy their sticker packet. But yeah, I'll put a link if you're interested in watching that. I think it's super fun and you can learn a lot, like I did. And yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for joining me on another random sketchbook tour. I hope to see you all around more. All right, be safe.